It's Friday, April 4th, and it's time for your weekly recap. Tomorrow is Rachel's birthday. You all know Rachel from the demos, so definitely go to her Twitter account. I'll put it down here, and wish her a happy birthday, harass her a little bit for her birthday, because that's the brotherly thing to do, is, you know, make you bug her. Logan Magic 98, how do you get a chance to have a show? I recently did a magic show and I produced it myself, which is one way to have a chance, is to just make it happen. When I say I did it, I mean that I had a lot of help. I had my family help me out and my friends helped me out a lot. My wife and my sisters definitely played a big part in me producing the show. But it was the first time where I'd actually gone to a theater, said, I'm renting out this theater, and hope that people come and put on a show that way. Another way to get a show is to get hired for like a birthday party or a special event, and the best way to do that is to perform as much as you can and get your business card and your name out there. Marshall Magic 888, please answer! I'm doing a kids show for 30 men. How do I make them sit still? Thanks, smiley face. I'm actually going to combine this question with the next question. 148, Mr. Sam, hey Chris, I have a question. If I'm doing a show, but I'm the only act, how do I make my routine long enough without making people bored? Please answer. Ultimate smiley face. Okay, I think both of these can be answered in the same way. I think that it is all down to your character and how engaged in the magic you are. People are going to be more interested in, and your show is going to be longer if you have a firm grasp of who your character is, what they're doing, why they're magical, and have that play a part in every magic thing that you do. The magic is cool, but if you just go trick, 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 people do tend to kind of get bored and shuffle in their seats because they're just getting tricked over and over and over again. It's not that much fun to just be fooled and to be tricked. But it can be fun if you're enjoying it with the person who is doing it. If you present it more like you're giving them this opportunity to feel astonishment, as opposed to, haha, look, I fooled you. So try and structure your show around your character more so than around your tricks. Mr. Beyond Magic, hi Chris, what do I say to an owner of a restaurant if I want to do table hopping or work as a magician in the restaurant? Thanks. First off, I would visit the restaurant on different nights of the week, different times of day, and just kind of get a feel for the restaurant, how it works, when the slow times are, when the busy times are, and get to know the staff and try and figure out when the best time is to talk to the manager, because you don't want to go up to them when they're super busy. What you want to do though is have a plan, whether it is that you're going to keep people in line if it's a busy restaurant so that they don't get frustrated with waiting in line and leave, or if your goal is to be there one night a week and have people come just to see you, people that are excited to come and have like a family event at the restaurant because they know the magician's going to be there. So you kind of have to have a game plan. You have to see where your value is in the restaurant and present that to the owner of the restaurant or the manager in a way that they can understand as a way that they are going to make money and benefit from you being there. Harris, Chris, what is the most effective and cheapest way to advertise? Thanks, smiley face, smiley ace face, blah, 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 blah. You guys are getting crazy with the smiley faces. There are a lot of different social media outlets to advertise a show. So I would check doing like a Facebook event, using Twitter, using YouTube, use all those things because they're available and they're cheap or free. And then you can also, for local shows, try and get whatever venue it is that you're doing the show for to put up a poster, or go to the news press and like tell them about the show, tell them there's something interesting going on that day, because they're looking for content. And if you go, hey, I've got some cool content here, and present it in a way that's going to benefit them, then they're more likely to throw your information out there. Today I want to talk to you about the Traveling Deck 2.0, and they spell traveling with 2 L's, which is okay because they're English. That's how they do over there. This is a fantastic effect, and the 2.0 version of it allows you not only to vanish a deck of cards, which is what the original one did. You take a deck of cards and boom, it's just one card and it's the selected card. With this, you can also make the entire card case vanish. So that's pretty cool. You get those two gimmicks, the one to make the deck out of the box vanish and then the deck in the box vanish. And then you also get some bonus supplies so that you can make your own. If you want the card to have a different face or a different back, have it come from one of those cool custom decks. They teach you how to do it, and they also give you the supplies to do it. Also in here, there are tons of variations. They really went all out, figuring out different ways of making the deck change into money, making the deck completely vanish. Very, very cool thinking. Lots of inspirational stuff in here. I highly recommend you check out the Traveling Deck 2.0 at magicgeek.com. Tim from the Magic Geek blog, how do you make sure you have enough people coming to your show? Do you use an online ticket service like Eventbrite or Brown Paper Bag? If so, which do you like and why? If not, how do you do it? Thanks. For my most recent show, I used a service called Ticketleap. It works great. I have no complaints about it. You can also use the venue itself. Sometimes will offer to have reservations made. I like using an online service because that way people pay in advance. If people make a reservation and they don't have to pay in advance, then they might just not show up. And so you aren't gonna have an accurate ticket count. Whereas if they pay in advance, then there's like an incentive they've already paid for. Rob from Facebook, what kind of music playing system do you use? iPad, iPod, any particular app? Show cues? The only sound system that I really use is a Happy Amp, and I don't really use it all that often because when I'm in a venue that doesn't have its own PA system, I'm usually just using my voice because I don't like to mess around with a microphone and a mic stand. So I'll just project and use my voice. If I am using a PA system, usually there's a board there that somebody's running, and I'll just give them a CD with my tracks and a list of my cues. And so I don't really have a fix-all that I control on my own. I either use their system or I just don't use music. Jesse, hey Chris, what's the best way to lay out a magic set list so that I have the best transitions between each trick? Thanks, Juicebox. So what I do is I write out each of the pieces that I'm going to be using in my show on note cards with enough room underneath to make additional notes. Then I'll lay them all out and start putting them in some sort of order, trying to find transitions between the two. So I go, okay, I can use an element of this, either one of the props or part of the story, to move into this next piece, and I'll move them around kind of like a sliding puzzle until I have a list that I like, and I'll write in notes as I go for how I'm going to transition from one into the other. Henry, when I have my magic case sitting to the side, how should I lay out my magic tricks? The thing that I've found the most effective for laying out magic tricks is to have a catch-all. Sometimes people use those pop-up hampers, just something that's just gonna catch all of your props as you go. That way, in your case, you can stack everything from the very last thing that you're gonna use all the way up to the first thing you're gonna use, and you just grab it, use it, and throw it into the catch-all, and then your next prop is on the top, ready to go. So that's a way to keep everything organized as opposed to putting stuff back in and then moving that to the side and trying to get the next thing out. If you just have this flow from here to here, then it's really, really easy to grab the next thing and keep your show moving. Matthew, hey Chris, I'm only 13 years old, but I want to know how to get booked for my first magic show. For my performing career, it's always been about people seeing me perform and then hiring me. So how do you get that first one is kind of tricky. One great bit of advice is to donate your time, either for a special event, for some sort of cause that you feel passionate about, or for like a library or a school, just to get yourself out there and have good business cards printed up and be passing those out at the show. Another great way to advertise yourself is to do street magic, and instead of having your focus being put money in my hat, have it be, take one of my business cards, I do shows. Leonardo, what's your opening show trick? It depends on the show that I'm doing. Most of my children's shows, I use food to go as my opener. I think that that's a great trick because it gets everyone involved. Everyone understands what's going on. Even if they're not paying that much attention at first, as soon as that burger comes out and then the French fries come out, everyone's like, huh? And they all start watching and are interested in the show. So that's a great opener. This week, we're gonna do something a little bit different for the drawing. What I want you to do is place an order at Magic Geek and write in the comments section, lecture me. And what that's gonna do is put your name in the running for the drawing, and whoever we pick at the end of the week is gonna get a private mini lecture from me. So through some social media interactive thing like Skype or Google Hangouts, we will have a conversation and I will teach you a trick that is coming from the lecture notes that I'm working on. So it's something that has not been published, something brand new. We'll talk about it, I'll explain it to you, and there'll be a little back and forth. It'll be quick, it'll be fun, and it'll be personalized. So definitely go to magicgeek.com right now and place an order, and use the comments in the comment section, write out "lecture me," and your name will go into the running for the mini private lecture. Well, that's all the time we have for today. For next week, I need your questions in the comment section. Write a question right now, do it, on character development. We talked earlier in today's weekly recap about how important character is. I want to expand on that, so please ask your questions about character and character development in the comment section down below. Don't forget to check out the other videos. Hit subscribe, like this video, just because it makes us feel good, and I will see you next week.